I've had the opportunity to work with astronauts who have been to space, been to the moon, and they all have these, like, when they come back, they all have these really profound experiences that they so like desperately want to share and feel so lucky to have had. But it creates a context for them that they feel is important to share and that we would all benefit from having. So I do think, and this isn't shilling for IMAX, I do think that the size of this screen and the scope in which this film operates and the cinematography of Greg Fraser and the epicness of the journey and the fact that you go to another galaxy and you see other planets and you touch the stars, it does feel, it has been for me, I think, a kind of transformative experience, and I believe it will be for others who see it. The concept of a Hail Mary is, I think, it's most commonly used now, I think, is a football term, which is, but it's also, I think, in any sport, it's like a Hail Mary pass. It's that pass when the clock has run out and you're at the other side of the court and you just throw the ball. It's a Hail Mary. It's the last ditch effort when everything else has failed. It's when there is no hope, but you still are not hopeless. It's that effort. It's that belief that miracles are possible. There's a special place in hell for harnesses and wire work. Nothing has ever been more different than how it looks. Like the way that it feels to be in a harness, however it looks, imagine the opposite. It's uniquely challenging and, yes, feels incredibly ungraceful and labored and false. Yet, when you look at it, it seems as though it's the total opposite. Grace is not an astronaut, so he doesn't know how to behave in zero G, and so it's all just very difficult for him, which worked for me because it was very difficult for me. So I was able to connect with him on that level. And we tried to create, at certain points, almost like we watched Chaplin's Modern Times, to sort of try and create sequences that were both like a terrible dance routine that felt like balletic, but also just like complete failure after failure, that because it felt like that was a way we'd never seen zero G as well, and would, might be more realistic for someone that hadn't trained to be out there. We had some real astronauts on set, and they came during one of the scenes that I'm referencing, where I'm just kind of going tail over tea kettle, bumping into things, like just, it was very ridiculous, but it felt like it might be truthful, and I was a little bit cautious to see what they would think of it, and they were like, it's kind of what it's like. That it's often presented in this very elegant way, but oftentimes they were saying you get so many bumps and bruises because you just forget and you're all over the place and there is no up and down, and in reality it's not like a ballet at all. Eunice was our stunt coordinator, and just what a gem of a human being, and she just instantly becomes one of your favorite people you've ever met, and such an incredible work ethic, sense of humor, unique mind, really really wanted this to feel authentic, but also like a kind of stunts and zero G that you've never seen. So she just was relentlessly after it feeling authentic, but also feeling authentic in a way that we had never seen. And she choreographed these incredible, sequences that were at times like Charlie Chaplin-esque, that, but on wires and that were beautiful and then fell apart, and then she would construct something beautiful and then she would deconstruct it, and all the while never wanting it to just feel like for entertainment's sake, just trying to find the realistic, truthful way for it to be entertaining. And I just found her a constant inspiration, and again, no one else could have done this film. This film would not be what it is if Eunice hadn't been our stunt coordinator. I knew there was no way that I could do it without Chris and Phil. I think they are so unique as filmmakers. It also comes from their collaboration. So this film is about collaboration. They have such a unique way of finding humor in dark and bleak places. They make things that shouldn't work, and they love things to be hard. Everything that they've done is really hard, and I knew that that they would really be excited by how difficult this was going to be. And in fact, not only were they game, but they wanted to make it more difficult. And that's exactly what it needed.